Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel again, and in this video we'll be talking something about things which we are never taught. We are never taught how to take a decision, whether that decision is correct, or maybe if you did a mistake, how to learn from those mistakes, how to prioritize the things. So these are the things which I realized so far from my journey till now, is like these are the crucial components. Everybody teaches you that okay, these are the materials you read, you read just first aid and just give your NBMEs. If your scores are plus or minus 10 within your target, just give off your exam. Okay, that's what you hear. You hear from the question solving strategies, you hear things about you should do this, various courses going on, but what about the things about how you can take a decision about whether or not you should do that, whether or not you should pursue USMLE? So these are the things which I personally faced, all these challenges, and these were the things which were very useful for me. And again, I'm saying this is just not a linear way that okay, just follow this and you are a successful person. Everybody just tries to follow, makes mistakes and learns from that, and that's how we evolve. So I just want to throw some of the lights about these things which I think will be helpful for you. This is a little bit about me. So I'm Apurva Popat. I did my medical school back in India, and I did my step 1 and step 2, and I'm applying for internal medicine this year, so March 2022. Hope for the best. All right, so let's start off with taking decisions. Now, why I think that taking decisions is very important is because let's say you took a decision just 5 minutes before that, okay, I'm just gonna click this link and watch this video. So you click that link, so that was your decision, and you passed that 5 minutes. That 5 minutes are now irreversible. Okay, so whatever decisions you take are almost always, not almost, they are always irreversible, because you cannot take turn around the time backwards. So be it at as little as decisions like of what you should do next, to like big decisions of what you should do, whether you should do your post graduation in your own country, or maybe America, or maybe Australia, or maybe somewhere else. So all those decisions, I feel they are the most, so we are designed in such a way that, I mean, whatever we are today are because of the past decisions. That's why I feel taking decision is the most important thing for our life. Okay, now some of you might be thinking this is just philosophy, this is just unreasonable, unreliable. Okay, you just have to take all your own decisions. So that's what your feeling mind saying you. Some of you might think have their own opinions. You know what, I think this should be like this, but what do you think about? No, they just start off debating. So that's kind of with the rational mind thing. I think, for example, I think that this is right, this is what you should do. Always have opinions about no matter what you try to do. So they always find rationality behind this, about everything. Okay, about everything they always find rationally. They play with the numbers. So those are the analytical minds. So we all have two kinds of minds and two kinds of people based on the dominant ability to act. So you can take decisions based on both of your feelings. Like, for example, let's say you want to take a decision when you should give your exam. Let's say now this latest trend going on, when you should give your exam, be it in pass and fail or after pass and fail. So some of you might think, okay, I doubt myself that I'll get a good score, so I'll give my exam after pass and fail. Okay, so you took your decision based on the doubt on yourself. You'll feel just happy, you just want to get rid of this exam, so you just give it early. That's also a decision which you took from your emotion. Okay, I'm not saying you don't want to use your emotions in taking decisions. I'm just saying how subjective those decisions can be. In contrast to somebody who's just of analytical mind would think, okay, if I give the exam in the scored version, these are my probabilities and the chances that the program director will see the scores and I will get a priority over the other students. So this is their own opinion, and this is what information is running around, and they have their own rationale of thinking those things. Is it bad to think way? No. Is it bad to think through the feeling mind? No. I'm just saying you have to come come to a sweet spot to just validate your decision. You have to be emotionally, I'm not saying emotionally sad or emotionally ecstatic, you have to be emotionally neutral and above, like apart from all those outer influence, and you have to come to a sweet spot with a wise decisions. Okay, now can I give you a decision? The answer is no. Whatever decision I might impart is based on my capabilities, my past experiences, and let's say based on my motivation and based on my own intrinsic inspiration. So whatever a decision which I might give you may be 100% accurate for me, but not necessary for you. And if you just try to blindly follow that decision, you might feel like you're just trapped. Okay, so most of the students which I talk, I receive like tons of messages in the Instagram and on the social media. They give their scenario about like this is where they are and they are preparing for USMLE. What do you think I should do? Okay, that's what their usual question is. Now, a true mentor is the one who gives you options. Okay, that this is one option, this is one option, this is other option. Okay, now you have to think it through yourself, that which is the best suit for you. How can you think? You have to be truth focused, of course, and you have to be insightful in this. And you should have a deep understanding. Try to drill every point, dig into it. Okay, dig into that. Okay, provided that you are out of all the influences, not like on your emotional side, not on your analytical side, but out of your all influence. Sit in a neutral environment, just meeting out all the bodily pressures, because your empty stomach, you might end up taking bad decisions. Okay, which you have, like, everybody notices that. So even under the hormonal fluctuations, some of the decisions you feel like, what did I do even? So, like, for example, you should also keep in the mind the hormonal effect of decisions making. There are always fluctuating levels of estrogens and progesterone, and not only in females but in males, fluctuating levels of testosterone, which may influence your decision. So the thing which I think is you can go around this is, let's say you think about a decision, you think through the same decisions after 2 to 3 days. Is your decisions around same? That means you are away from that hormonal effect of your decisions. So you can get rid of that hormonal effect by that way. So, but I'm saying is like, I'm not trying to say you that you should ignore your feeling mind, you should ignore your thinking mind, but you should come at the same sweet spot of wise decision. And decisions are always and always your. They are not subjective, they are not opinionated, but they are understanding. Okay, they are not subjective, but they are objective. So that's how taking wise decisions model work. Is everybody able to take wise decisions every time? Probably not. You'd make a mistake, learn from that. That's how you can evolve and master your decision taking skills. Now, let's say, for example, you took a decision. Okay, let's say you want to do your post-graduation in certain country, Australia, or maybe United Kingdom, or just anywhere else. Okay, you took a decision and you are moving, and there'll be always some points in your life where you feel, like, what am I doing? What am I even doing? Like, I mean, there's no point. I mean, so you just lose certain motivation and inspiration in just you have that off moment of your life. Everybody goes through that off moment. Now, at that time, your life vision becomes very crucial. Apart from having a good social support from your friends and family, there comes the life vision. And life vision gives you the intrinsic inspiration. Motivation is something kind of temporary. If I just boost you, you just watch the video, hey, you can, you know what, if I was able to do it, you can do it. Everybody has that, 80 thousands of seconds, and you have 24 hours, and everybody can work through that 24 hours, and you can do it. That's kind of your temporary motivation. You might lose after you sleep. Just have to watch it again and again. Now, that's temporary motivation. Inspiration is something I call as permanent. Okay, you lose your motivation, but if you have that life vision, no matter where you are at which point you are at your life, at high or low, that vision will always drive you, just drag you to your vision. Okay, and then you can again regain and just regain your momentum. So Again, setting of life vision. Can I tell you what your life vision should be? The answer is no. It is you have to decide like what your life vision is. And I have seen people whose vision like falls so short that they don't have anything to do after that. Like for example, my goal in life is to just pursue USMLE. And okay, you did USMLE. What about after that? Then you lose your motivation. Okay, you just do your residency, join something, and just go to the job on and take care of your family. That's it. Okay, that's how the vision sometimes falls short. So if you want to like make some vision, that's kind of like at the peak. Like for example, if I talk about like one of my vision is to be a renowned faculty in medical science, like make great teaching curriculum for medical students and residents. That's what my life vision is. So whatever I'm doing is I'm like always 100% invested in. I never feel that I'm wasting my time. It's just like if you feel you're doing something and you feel like that's just waste of your time, that means you're not interested in that. Okay, I never feel like I'm wasting my time when I'm teaching, when I'm making something teaching curriculum. Like for example, if I'm making this, you always have time for the things which you are completely interested in. Okay, people say I don't have time, that means they are not interested in that, or might be that's not their priority. Okay, everybody has same 24 hours and everybody makes best out of it, and everybody has been successful with the same 24 hours. Okay, now short-term goals, as I say, when you're 20s to 30s, mid-term like medium-term goals are like when you're 30s to 40s, and long-term goals are like above 40s. So they are just like icing and cherries on the cake. So when you're 40s, you just want to maintain that vision. So you might have like achieved your financial stability, your family, whatever you want, like house, car, whatever the basic amenities and necessity you might think of, you have those things, and you just have to maintain that life vision, and just enjoy your life. But like marking those checkpoints is also very important, which will, so if you have that magnanimous life vision, you have the big picture of your life. Okay, this is what something I desire to do, and act upon it, not just only think about it. That will just drive you at every moment. You will never feel that what am I doing. That will just keep you driving at every point of your life. So that's why life vision is very important. Okay, you took a decision, you have your life vision to make your move at every point. Now you are like planning to do something, there comes 2 to 3 works together. Now that's the point where you need to prioritize your work. Like for example, this is Eisenhower matrix. I really like this concept. Is like you have several work to organize and to decide when you want to do that. Like for example, visas. You haven't appeared for steps and you are not planning to come to United States now. So is it urgent? No. Is it important? Yes. So decide when you'll do it. Okay, you're just scrolling the Instagram reels. Is it urgent? No. Important? No. Do it later. Okay, when you're done with your prioritized works. Now you should always take a step back, hold up your emotions of whatever level of excitement you have while hearing something new, and taking the commitment and saying yes to that commitment. Okay, because if you have 2 works with the same deadlines and prioritization, you might like feel overwhelmed. So always take a step back before saying yes to something. Okay, so because you have your own commitments, it is your own personal commitments which you'll fulfill first. If you are able to fulfill your own personal commitments, then only then you'll be able to fulfill the others' commitment. Okay, so that's how the prioritizing work thing works, and which really also helps me to take decisions and prioritizing work. You prioritized your work, you have your vision, you took a decision, and okay, you are all set to studying, and you just sit and study. Okay, then you just wander around. Okay, I'll just go at that place and maybe for a date, and I'll just wear that dress. How about my marriage? About what? So all those kind of thing, is it normal? Yes. So the thing is like thoughts will keep coming. You just have to try to ignore those thoughts. And one of the practical thing which I used while I was studying is to maximize your sensory input. You use your occipital lobe to just look, you just your sensory system to write something, maybe use your just auditory lobe or just temporal lobe to just hear the white noise. So as maximum you use your sensory input, the less the less your mind wanders. And before sitting for studying, it's very important to start off your day very peacefully. If you see some messages which you don't want to see, that will just start and trigger the chain of thoughts, and that's endless and inevitable. So it's just better to start off your day by ignoring those things, by just not turning on your internet connection. Do not see your WhatsApp messages, and do not see the text messages which you don't want to see. So you can always study for a couple of hours and address your priorities and urgencies of all those messages when you are doing something very important. Before also studying, it's very important to address all the conflicts, because I'm just not saying about your personal relationships, be it a work conflict or professional conflict, that will just trigger your limbic system and you'll just have constantly trapped on your dopamine loop. I should have said this, instead of that, I should have done that. So that's kind of conflict which constantly triggers and irritates your mind, so you won't be able to focus on studying. So before studying, address everything and then you sit to study. Apart from that, optimum of whatever you are taking, I'm saying I have seen students who have experimented the things which they shouldn't. Okay, unless you are medically indicated to use all those things, please do not. I mean, what's the point of stimulating your neurotransmitters and you face the crash afterwards and you are just misery? Okay, so whatever you are taking, caffeine, that's okay. I mean, just optimum caffeine. Why do you need any other things to just boost up your neurotransmitters? You have the natural endorphin sources. So it's better not to think about that. I have seen students who just blindly follow what their seniors are doing. Okay, he got good scores, so I'm gonna do that. That doesn't work. Okay, you should have your own decisions, your own life vision. You should have a clear boundary of your own, of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So that's kind of important, to stay away from all those things. And when you are studying, it's always important to say no. Okay, even boys and of course girls. Okay, everybody has to learn the art of saying no. It's because you want to prioritize certain things. If that falls under do it later or sometimes later, it's you got to say them no, right? And I know you may be trapped in the thing that, oh, how can I say no him? That's very important for me. But during your priority, it's very important to learn the art of saying no, and that you'll eventually learn with the time. Okay, handling conflicts, be it work or personal conflicts. If you just look at the core value of that, core thing about that conflicts, they are always from their hidden personal expectations, or some things are taken more personally, that somebody felt bad and you just fought off. Okay, and you had a conflict. The best thing in conflict resolution is to sit and talk. Okay, that's my favorite thing. You just try to address, okay, let's go for a coffee and talk about those things, and just sit down and talk about, okay, you know what, what's happening, what's going on, and you just try to address of what's going on. And I'm sure if you sit and talk, you can get the things of what the other person is expecting from you. They can know what you are expecting from them. It's always hidden expectations which are gives you occupies your mind in conflicts, that she should have done that, he should have done that, and that majority of your time occupies your mind. And if you don't talk, that will just multiply in your mind. Okay, your mind has endless capabilities to multiply. So instead of the things you let to multiply, just halt. And how we can halt it? Sit and talk, address that, then sit to study. Okay, so that's how handling conflicts. Okay, you're all set. You took a decision, you have a vision, you are prioritizing things, you have learned the art of saying no, you are starting off your day peacefully. You are just following some courses which claims that, okay, you'll definitely get this many marks, and you just follow and you give your first 10 BME and you fail. That's your first breakout. That's your first breakdown. And everybody fails. And thanks to those mistakes and thanks to those failure, which made you what you are today. If you're just watching this video, just like raise your right hand and tap yourself, okay? Thank God you have done so far so good that you are right now here, okay? Everybody fails, everybody makes mistakes. It's just learn from those mistakes. It's how you look at those mistakes. These are the things which I'm saying. This is the like number 8. Somebody looks at is a pretzel, somebody looks at is a DNA, somebody says the wave, infinity, or whatnot. Oh, it's lucky. For somebody, it's not lucky. So it's like how you look at those things will decide your further actions. So when something happens, when you break down, hold up your emotions, okay? Check your unhealthy coping up strategies. Don't take things more personally, which shouldn't be taken. Unhealthy coping up strategies are like using the things which you shouldn't do, doing the things which you shouldn't do, okay? As I said again, if you just have your own boundaries of doing the things, okay, oh, this is what I know, like, okay, I don't want to do that. So you'll always be away from your social expectation and social influence, okay? You'll not wait for anybody to validate you. You'll have your own opinions. Nobody whatever other person is talking about you, okay? You don't need to follow them. Just have your own insights. And after committing those mistakes and like going through the breakdowns, ask yourself, what was the learning point? What was the learning point out of that? You did something and you're just going back, you just find out the trigger, why those things happened. And if that trigger was like responsible for those things, you just try to avoid those triggers in future. Or maybe some of your method were not correct, you just try to correct that method and just go on. If you just don't go on and just like think about, oh, I just wasted my year and 2 years and still I'm not able to get a good score, that's again a trap of emotional guilt, okay? And okay, after you think, okay, I'm gonna do this, set up a realistic goal. Some people I've seen, okay, from next rounds I'm gonna study like 16 hours a day, and they study for 1 and 2 days. This is like again breakdown. So setting up a realistic goal is also very important. Let's say if somebody is like saying, okay, from tomorrow every day 5 push-ups a day, I'm saying just do 2 push-ups a day, okay? And then just build upon that. So setting up a realistic goal is very important. Always start off from small, activate your rewards. Like, you know how the brain works now. You just need dopamine and endorphins and all those things to make you feel good. So why not like just think, okay, you know that if you just meet the goals, you do the things, your brain will feel good. Why not set small goals and then you just build upon that? So setting up realistic goals is also an important thing. Just take it easy and moving forward. Everybody makes mistake, everybody feels the same. It's just how you look at that thing and move forward becomes very important. Okay, now this is a long thing to discuss, long topic, a very broad topic. Some of you have your own opinions about this, but I'm not saying, even the meta-analysis are saying that she'll compare the spirituality and the quality of life. Quality of life significantly improves if somebody is like spiritual. Everybody has their own definition of spirituality, believing in something. It's just your own personal view. But I'm just saying, like, give a thought about this, and it's just kind of building a trust in your life, and just like a philosophy of doing good karmas without any expectation. Again, a big thing, and everybody has their own opinions, but it's already on meta-analysis which says it does improve the quality of life. Well, that's all I wanted to just throw some lights on. And if you have anything to ask, I also run live USMLE courses. If you want to know more about that, you can just reach out me in Instagram, and I'll just give you more information about that. And for any other questions, you can also just text me on Instagram, and I'll be always very eager to help you. So make sure you can just find it out on the link on the description, and you can just reach out me on Instagram. Well, just take care, guys, and I wish you all the best in whatever stage of your preparation and whatever like stage of your life you are. You got this, and you did it so far so good, and you will do so far so good, and I believe in you. Okay, all the best, guys. Thank you.